You expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex. It's like, well, if you love me, you should know, right? You know what I mean. If you love me, you should be able to read. You should read my mind. Yeah. Did you really think that Jada? And what we're done with giving media scoops about their personal lives? Well, if you think that they were done for good, you're in for a shell shock surprise today. As actress Jada Pinkett Smith spills the beans over some really hot and intimate insights about her marriage with Will Smith, and the fact that actress Jada Pinkett Smith and her actor husband, Will Smith, are so committed to openly discussing their sequel desires has reportedly made it difficult for the couple to have a satisfying sequel life together. According to a recent conversation that Jada was a part of, she stated that the fact that the two of them want to talk things through can make it uncomfortable when it comes to being intimate with one another because they both find it difficult to properly discuss their wants and needs in the bedroom without feeling awkward. Meanwhile, Will Smith is eager to tell his end of the story. As well, here's everything that you need to know. It is not your responsibility to make your wife happy, right? Just like it's not my wife's responsibility to make me happy, it's my responsibility to make me happy. And it's her responsibility to make her happy. It is common knowledge that Jada Pinkett Smith has never concealed the fact that she is married to Will Smith, with very odd norms, not to mention how he has always been transparent about their relationship. In addition to this, she co-hosted a show called Red Table Talk with her mother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, where the two of them discuss a wide range of topics recently. Not to mention, Gwyneth Paltrow made a cameo appearance in the episode, as well, where the conversation centered on sexuality inside the marriage institution throughout the course of their supposed talk. The actress from Girls Trip made a veiled reference to the fact that she and her spouse have a tough time leading sexually fulfilling lives. Previously, the couple has acknowledged that they had an unorthodox marriage, which left their fans shocked if nothing else. Meanwhile, when Gwyneth Paltrow also gave her 2 cents and mentioned that it is strange how we feel heartbroken when someone is unable to understand our minds, Jada Pinkett Smith concurred with her statement. She then noted that even while communication could be challenging at times, it isn't necessary and benefit official practice for the relationship. According to Jada, it's hard. The thing, Will, and I talk about a lot, is the journey we started in this at a very young age, 22 years old. That's why the accountability part really hit me. Because I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. It's like, well, if you love me, you should know. If you love me, you should read my mind. That's a huge pitfall. It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy. And I think around sex, because it's something that we don't talk about. And there's so much fantasy around it. Jada further added, wait, is this coming from a place of some kind of experience? Because it wasn't too long ago that Jada was seeing someone much younger, and well, he might have made her feel a certain way that, well, hasn't, it very much. Could be. On the other hand, it wasn't that long ago when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith sat down for an interview on an episode of Red Table Talk to discuss Pink and Smith's extramarital affair that came about after a musician by the name of August Alsina asserted that he had dated her in the past, which left fans wondering if Jada and Will's marriage has been nothing but a sham for all these years. Whereas August Alsina gave the impression that Will Smith had given his approval for dating Jada and well healing with her. Wait, what? Following this, the Smiths then made the decision to have a conversation about it in an attempt to make things clearer. Throughout the course of their talk, Jada Pinkett Smith and the actor from Bad Boys disclosed that they had been living apart for some time. Take a look at what Jada had to say in her defense. I entered into a different kind of entanglement. The only person who could give permission in that particular circumstance was me. What August was probably trying to communicate, because I could see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. I think he wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not. Is that Jada justifying cheating? We are very confused, because what was surely very much against whatever happened. I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long Since I felt anywo circling back to Jada once again, making sure she stays on top in the headlines this time, she was quick to take the stand and clear out what it meant when she took her Essex life to the Red Table Talk. As the story became widely known, Jada Pinkett Smith addressed the issue and stated that it was bogus. At the same time, she disclosed that she and Will Smith had never been involved in any disagreements. When it comes to being intimate, this is what her tweet said. Only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines. Watch the Red Table Talk. I did with a Gwyneth Paltrow for yourselves, though. And I have never had an issue in the bedroom. Thank you, however, the netizens are too convinced and have an opinion of their own, according to one of the many users who gave their take on the entire situation. Here's where the internet stands now. Everything I see. Jade has opened her mouth. I might need God to release Wolf from the shackles. That is Jada Pinkett Smith Lord. Be tired. Another one expressed. Probably Will Smith does not want to engage in the messy divorce that will ensue after leaving Jada Pinkett. They have been married for over 23 years, and Will Smith does not want to lose the house. But despite what some people may think about their relationship, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have maintained one of the longest marriages in the history of Hollywood. This married pair has been together for the past quarter of a century. No, I know who's here after 20 years. She knows yourself, G. Everything I told her. We were just talking about that. I said that, look. But the nature of their relationship is anything but typical. After spending over 20 years together, Mr. and Mrs. Smith have decided to make their marriage open, which means that each of them is free to date other people while still being a part of their partnership. Nonetheless, despite all of this, they continue to have feelings for one another. Looking back at their love story, while Smith was 22 years old when he and Jada Pinkett met in 1990, she was only 19 years old at the time. Will was cast as the lead character. What it meant when she took her Essex life to the Red Table Talk. As the story became widely known, Jada Pinkett Smith addressed the issue and stated that it was bogus. At the same time, she disclosed that she and Will Smith had never been involved in any disagreements. When it comes to being intimate, this is what her tweet said. Only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines. Watch the Red Table Talk. I did with a Gwyneth Paltrow for yourselves, though. And I have never had an issue in the bedroom. Thank you, however, the netizens are too convinced and have an opinion of their own, according to one of the many users who gave their take on the entire situation. Here's where the internet stands now. Everything I see. Jade has opened her mouth. I might need God to release Wolf from the shackles. That is Jada Pinkett Smith Lord. Be tired. Another one expressed. Probably Will Smith does not want to engage in the messy divorce that will ensue after leaving Jada Pinkett. They have been